Hello and welcome to today's new episode. And today I'm going to discuss a very important and interesting shift in the refrigerant market. So, a refrigerant, as we all know, that refrigerant is nothing but that particular chemistry, that particular gas which is used as a coolant in the refrigerator or air conditioners. The most Okay, before getting into the products, let me tell you there are three categories of products. One is the oldest one is the HCFC. What is HCFC? HCFC is hydrochlorofluorocarbon. This is the oldest form of refrigerant, was popular and uh, hold the market for quite long time. Afterwards, the new variant which came, which is called hydrofluorocarbon, that is HFC. So HCFC to HFC, and now we are moving towards HFO, hydrofluoroolefin. Now this shift, we will try to understand the shift in this particular market, how it is panning out, and the impact, the products, all those steps. I will try to cover up all those steps in a nutshell. So before that, I have a disclaimer. As I'm going to mention a few companies related to this particular niche of production, I do not have any buy, sell, hold recommendation with this particular video. The stocks which I'm going to name are not any recommendation from my end. If you feel you have interest in the stock, you can check with your registered advisor. So I was referring to about the shift in the market. Why this shift? The oldest form of HCFC, oldest form of refrigerant, which is HCFC, that is why the most common product of that particular category is R22. Many of us are very much acquainted with the product called R22. This R22 prevailed the market for years, but it has huge negative environmental impact. So this HCFC hydrochlorofluorocarbon has a very strong impact on the greenhouse gases. It destroys greenhouse gases. It has a very strong impact, or let's say a role in ozone depletion. And that's why in the Montreal Agreement, Montreal Protocol, it was taken as an agenda to phase out uh, this HCFC, hydrochlorofluorocarbon, from the system, from our manufacturing process. So obviously, it does not mean that our coolant industry will be stopped. So the shift happened. So HCFC is still there, but in globally, basically globally, this HCFC in many countries has already been phased out. In India, it is going to be phased out by 23. Next is I was referring when this HCFC got phased out, or let's say in the process of phasing out in India. Next, which is going to take over, that is HFC. It has already taken over. Basically, HCFC is gradually phasing out in India. And HFC, that is hydrofluorocarbon, its common variant, the common product is R32. Instead of R22, this R32 has started taking over the market. It does not have any ozone depletion impact, but obviously has significant negative impact into the environment. And that's why HFC is also going to phase out. Now, question is, before getting into that, let me tell you this HCFC, as this HCFC is in the process of phasing out in India. So, how this phase out is happening? Basically, let me tell you the process. Let me tell you the computation which has been taken as a benchmark for following all the countries in the Montreal protocol. So basically, it is called Kigali Amendment. So by Kigali Amendment of Montreal Protocol, this HFC has also going to be phased out. So I'm coming to the timeline. I'm going to give you a small calculation for that, how this phase out will take place. So the same formula was followed in case of HCFC as well, like which has already been phased out from many of the countries. India is going to, as I already mentioned, that India is going to close it, stop it, its usage or manufacturing by 2030. So the phase out is in the process. Now let me tell you, the phase out process will be same for HCFC and HFC. So how the phase out will take place, let me tell you. Let's consider in terms of number. Let's say it has taken a time period of 24 to 26, 2024 to 2026, these 3 years. What is the average consumption of these 3 years for India? Let's say average consumption for these 3 years is 55 million metric ton carbon dioxide equivalent. This is the unit which is followed in this case. So it's computed as carbon dioxide equivalent. So now it is taken that average, we have got the average. Now we need to find out the baseline for HCFC. What was the baseline for HCFC? That was 2009, 2010 was the baseline. And what was the consumption in that period? That period, let's say the consumption was, let's say 60 million metric ton carbon dioxide equivalent. Now, as per this amendment, Kigali amendment I'm referring to, so 65% of that baseline, that 2019 baseline, that is, let's say 65% of 60 million metric ton. How much it will? It will 39 million metric ton, right? So 39 million metric ton along with our previous average, that is 55 million metric ton. So this 39 plus 59 is 84 million metric ton, right? 84 million metric ton carbon dioxide equivalent will be no, it's not, sorry, it's not 84, it's 94. It's 94 million metric ton carbon dioxide equivalent will be the final number which will be taken as a reference. Now, 10% of this number has to be phased out by 2020. By 2032. This for HCFC, it is by 2030. So that means you are if 10% of 94 is eroded, that means your consumption will be max 10% of 94, that is 9.4 million metric ton less. That is 94 minus 10 means 84, some 84.2, something like that, million metric ton will be the max usage by 2032. And afterwards, it will gradually phase out in the same process. So next, it will be again another 20%, 30% in that. Now, let me tell you about HFC, what happened. Like it started in 2015. By 2025, basically, we are going to reduce usage by 65% of their 65.5% of the actual baseline or the computation I have told, which was considered as the benchmark. So 65.5% of the benchmark reduction must be implemented by 2025. So we are in the process of phasing out. So what happened to the companies who were in the manufacturing of these companies? We know it's a fluorine chemistry, we all know. And I was referring the names. So 3 companies are well known in this particular trade. One is SRF, another one is Gujarat Fluorochemical, another one is Navin Fluorine. So all these fluorine industries, fluorine chemistry companies are manufacturing these HFC, HCFC, upcoming HFO. I'm coming to HFO later. So this is the entire theme of the shift. And what these companies are doing, see, R22, you cannot sell R22 in that way. Means it cannot be used as a coolant or refrigerant in many countries. Okay, but R22 are still in usage. How? It is used as a, I would say it's a uh, input material for various processes. Now, in this regard, let me tell you, by 2030, HFC will be 97.5% of entire HFC will be uh, has to be reduced. So of that particular benchmark baseline computation, what I have told you. So 97.5% will be reduced by 2030, and by 2040 whatever rest 2.5% will be there, which will be used as a, क्या बोलता है, used for repairing and maintenance purpose. So that maintenance equipment and all will be completely phased out by 20. So HFC is going to HCFC is going to be completely phased out by 2040 in India. But main adoption usage will be closed by 20. So we can say by 2030 we are stopping adoption and usage of HCFC. And as far as HFC is concerned, we are going to start a reduction of adoption of this HFC. And by 2032, we will start, we will have to reduce 10% of usage adoption of the baseline competition, benchmark competition, what I've told you. So it will be phased out in over the period of time. So companies who were in the process of manufacturing this R22, they have obviously they have shifted to R32 afterwards, and R22, which is there in their product line, those actually go as input material. Like we know that Honeywell had a tie-up with Navin Fluorine or Gujarat Fluorochemical. I think Gujarat Fluorochemical. Yes, for it's a 8 years tie-up, and they are going to take that particular material for around 4,000 to 5,000 million tons, metric tons per annum for consumption for their some fluorine, some ingredient as an ingredient or a solvent for certain processes. So it has not been died, but yes, the core area has been shifted in a big way, and gradually it will be completely over, phased out. So now everyone has shifted to R32, and we know that R32 has also a life. It will be completed by 2032. We will start reduction of R32 consumption, and it will gradually melt down, or let's say it will die a natural death over the period of time. We know it. Despite that, companies are actually ramping up their facilities to dump as much as possible in the short span of time. And recently we have seen R32 facility has been commissioned by who? Navin Fluorine. R32 has been commissioned. Let me tell you. Yes, Navin Fluorine has commissioned one in February. Basically, they have commissioned, that is 4,500 metric ton, along with their existing 3,000 metric ton. So R32. So in the last leg, they are trying to ramp up the production and sell as much as possible. So yes, the shift is happening, right? And next other product which I'm referring to, that is HFO, which is the next future, which is much less pollutant. And the first company who is who is putting their plant for this hydrofluoroolefin, that is SRF, and their facility is going to be commissioned in FY28. And it is said that by FY32, once this HFC will start phasing out, HFO adoption in India will start taking place. So I have explained you the process of this shift and companies, where the companies stand. As I said, R22 has not died for everyone, but yes, phasing up. So everyone is ramping up their R32 production and selling, even putting new plants and expanding capacities to ramp up, expecting demand globally. And next future is HFO, where the first mover is SRF. Maybe other companies also will come up. The rest of two also likely to come up and will put their plant for adapting the market, but it's too early to take a decision. SRF is the first mover. Let's see how it pans out, how it phases out. So that is it in this particular video. And for getting this type of informative videos, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and share the video. Thank you so much. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.